Happy 2018. I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. As we bring in the new year, it's time to take a look back at some of the stories covered on FYI throughout 2017 in the third installment of the Year in Review. The University of Michigan may be known worldwide for their skills on the gridiron, and for the last 3 years, they have been using the game to shape the future for inner city kids. For 2 weeks a year, the Youth Impact Program is changing the lives of middle schoolers through academics, football, and most importantly, teamwork.
We bring in 100 middle school age kids from inner city Detroit to come up, and we focus on academic enrichment as well as developing their athletic ability.
It has so many elements to it. It's not just football, not just rolling out a ball, and it's not great football instruction, how to throw the ball, how to catch the ball. These are life-changing types of experiences. In the morning, for the entire morning, it's strictly academics. Reading, writing, math, science.
Jim Harbaugh came in to talk during our first class, so he talked about different stuff, like life, really. And so really almost every day we have speakers, and they just give us a different input on life.
This is one of the most, if not the most important things that the University of Michigan football program does. Just having the opportunity to use the platform that we have, as well as the platform that the Marines have and our teachers, everybody that's involved. We come from a lot of different backgrounds and areas, but we've all got the same goal, and that's to help these kids out.
The main thing that I learned is that no matter where you come from, no matter what your environment is, you can do anything you want to as long as you believe you can.
It has to do with how you live your life. Waking up in the morning with that enthusiasm unknown to mankind. I'm going to make this day better than yesterday, and I'm going to make tomorrow better today. And it isn't just in athletics or football, and it's life. I want to be better at life.
Ypsilantians were showing their pride for the city by sprucing up areas throughout the town and the township. The dust has settled, and residents can enjoy the fruits of their labor after sprucing up the city during Itse Proud.
Today is Itse Proud, formerly known as Itse Pride. That is a day that we take the chamber and community organizations and get out into the Ypsilanti community, both city and township, do beautification efforts.
We dug out new beds for the entrances to the schools. We've been hauling mulch, we've been watering plants.
It's fun, it's comprehensive, it's sort of the day to make sure we get this community to shine.
Hundreds of supporters showed up for the community they are proud to call home.
The more you get your hands dirty in your community, the more you feel responsible for it, you take pride in it, and you can change how you interact within it, because my belief has always been, for anything, change it from within.
365 days a year, be Itse Proud. One morning a year, grab a shovel and get to work with us.
We all know Ann Arborites are conscious of the environment and the mark left on it. To ensure we are staying on the straight and narrow, the city hosts an annual event dedicated to the color green. The Mayor's Green Fair once again was the place to be as patrons enjoyed the downtown while learning ways to be a friend to the environment.
We've got city programs, nonprofits, other exciting events. It's a great time to be out in the summer.
People come and display all that they're doing to protect the environment, work on conservation, and then also they have displays on green technologies, green automobiles, green homes, ways that you can green around everyday living.
There's music, there's good food, and there's a lot of great information.
This year the music and entertainment was like no other.
We're super excited to have a DJ that is powered by pedal power. That way it's entirely sustainable, although of course it requires a certain amount of effort.
Environmental nonprofits like the Huron River Watershed Council and NAP want you to know that your actions make a world of difference.
73 communities where all the rain that falls makes its way eventually to the Huron River. And it's really important because the river is only as healthy as the lands that drain to it. So we want to also work on protecting what happens on the land, but also into the river itself.
Human activity tinkers with the planet more and more. It's conservation that helps keep track of all the pieces, so we don't lose something that is important that we don't even know is missing. until it's gone.
Summer in Ann Arbor delivers much to do in the way of one-of-a-kind events that make our city special. Watch as one transports artistry from all over the globe. The Rolling Sculpture Car Show has brought the real steel for 23 years.
The founder of the show is a guy named Bob Elton. Bob Elton is an automotive designer. Went to art school, was in U of M art school back in the 80s. And he saw cars, older automotive design, as rolling sculpture. They're pieces of art, you know, the styling of cars.
You see modern cars, new cars, old cars, strange cars, cars that really don't have much interest other than they're not very interesting cars. So yeah, it's just a really cool selection.
This year, the Mustang really caught our eye.
I got it in about 2013, and I actually built it with my dad before I moved to Michigan. So I used to live in Colorado, restored this the year before I left Colorado, drove it all the way out here, and here I am.
I've had it through hurricanes, I've had it through snowstorms, studded snow tires, Huron River Drive. So the cars, I call him a warrior. His name's Bucephalus because I've had him the longest in his lifetime. And actually my lifetime too. We're about 30 years is our anniversary year together.
Another head turner traveled from across the pond.
When I was probably, 10 or something, I saw a Jag like this in a service station and had the bonnet up, and the bonnet swings from the front up. I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
This is a great opportunity to get out, get into the community. Maybe if you've never gone to a car show before, check it out.
Lives are changing for the better with the help of the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living. The center held their annual celebration, extending their reach even further throughout the community. An evening to remember was the theme of the Center for Independent Living's annual gala.
It helps understand what are the needs that a person has in order to live an independent and full life. And then they connect people to the support that they need in order to make that happen. So it's an organization of doers, not talkers. And that's what I love about CILs.
This fundraising event had a silent auction, a 3-course meal, and speakers to share that personal voice.
I'm looking forward to hearing the speakers because it's really the power of individual stories, I think, that give us what tremendous positive impact that the Center for Independent Living has on folks, on our neighbors, our friends, our family.
You should be what you want to be when you grow up, like do what you want to be what your dream is.
What are the hopes and the dreams? I want for all of us that consider ourselves and are part of this advocacy movement to make sure that we are creating the type of environment where people can have their own aspirations and their own dreams, and that our job is to help them achieve that. And so if we can really think bigger, we can take this all to the next level, I think that it literally will change the world.
There are many ways to be inclusive with the people in your community, and every year the Down Syndrome Support Team aims to make everyone feel like one during their annual walk. For over a decade, the Buddy Walk has brought families from all over the area together.
It is a 1-mile leisurely walk to raise awareness and promote acceptance and inclusion for all people with Down syndrome.
I feel like family when I walk in. I mean, I knew people, they come up to say hi. It's like a little area where you just like want to stay because nobody's judging you or coming in, they just are here for you.
It's really about experience and recognizing that these are kids just like every other kid. There's nothing special. You don't have to treat them with kid gloves.
The Buddy Walk had music, fun, and food, and the fundraising supports the Downs community.
The money raised goes towards classes that we provide for our kids. We have karate, swimming, dance. In the summer we have summer speech classes, acting classes. We also purchase books and literature and provide local hospitals such as St. Joe and U of M with literature and books for new families having babies with Down syndrome.
We're more alike than different, and I think that it helps us know that there are differences out there and that's okay to be part of.
The warm weather brings sun-kissed skin in prom season. To make this time of year fun for all, one organization is making it accessible for all. Take a look.
Operation Prom is on a mission to make high school formals fashionable.
Operation Prom is a national nonprofit organization. We give away free prom dresses to girls so they can go to their prom.
I found many dresses. There's a variety that you can choose. There's accessories, jewelry, and many things that you can choose for your next upcoming dance.
Operation Prom was founded by a woman named Noelle, who's based in New York, about 5 years ago. She started just by seeing a need for underprivileged teens who wanted to go to prom, but they couldn't afford to go to prom. So she started raising money to purchase dresses, but people started to donate dresses.
Those dresses just taking up precious closet space could live again.
We take all types of dresses, long, short, as long as they're in good condition. We have dresses that are brand new. We have dresses that were worn twice. We also have companies donate dresses to us like Macy's. We have designer dresses such as Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, and Sherry Hill. So we have dresses coming from all over the place.
If you're looking for a dress for any type of occasion, this is a place that you should come to.
So donating a dress, if you wore it already and you think it's just going to be in the back of your closet, you're allowing a student to have a great prom experience and love the prom experience they're having.
There are all kinds of mom and pop shops to peruse around the area. Find out more about one shop catching eyes in the Carytown district.
Since December 2015, Spun has been enticing many with yarns of all colors and textures.
We have some yarn that is very sheepy and woolly and breed specific. Most of that is sourced and processed here in the United States. And I would say that that sort of falls into one category, and that's what I really like to work with. We have a lot of hand-dyed and kettle-dyed yarn, and I try to get a lot of different things in and have different things in the shop all the time.
Carol Sickman had a dream to create a one-of-a-kind shop for knitters and crocheters in Ann Arbor.
Creating a place that's brought in yarns that sort of had a connection to the land, that weren't all mass-produced, that had minimal processing, that were sourced especially from small places and from as much Michigan yarn as we could carry.
Spun caters to all clientele with classes available for any ability.
We have a lot of beginning level classes in knitting and crochet, and then from there we move into sort of more specific things that are designed either to advance like a craft or skill in a specific area, to teach a new skill, or that are slightly more advanced.
Legos are no longer just childhood memories. The company has built an empire with movies and merchandise that fascinate the big kid in all of us.
For years, the city has hosted an event that brings out the best of your imagination through the use of Legos.
This is Brick Bash. It's a public Lego exhibition. It's for all ages. It's a big show of all things Lego, from architecture, artwork, mechanical devices.
Local artists of Lego from the Midwest area coming out to Ann Arbor to have some fun and show people what we do as a hobby. Lego started out as a wood company. They made wood toys, push toys and that kind of stuff. And a lot of people I don't think realize that today. Things like the Lego movie and the Brickumentary open the door a little bit for people, but until they actually come and see what's capable, I don't think they quite grasp it as much as they do on film.
Brick Bash is a one-of-a-kind fundraiser for the Skyline High School Marching Band.
2005, I held the first one, and I had about 200 visitors, and now we're up to about 4,000, so it's grown quite a bit over the years. You can go and get your hands on Lego and do things and build things. We have a racetrack, so you can build a car out of Lego and it races down the racetrack.
The ability to express yourself and build practically anything, I mean, it's very rewarding to come up with an idea and be able to bring it to life. I don't care how many sets you buy and how cool your collection is, you'll never see something like this.
It's a given. Kids get excited about seeing trucks, especially big ones that come equipped with loud noises.
Touch-A-Truck gives youngsters their first experience in the driver's seat.
Children for all ages, primarily the early primary ages, come in to look at all of the fascinating cars, trucks, and other activities that are here today. We have the police cars, we have America's Gas, we have the fascinating dump trucks, the historic Willow Run fire engines. These are all things that are indicative of the Ypsilanti community. And so this is a wonderful way to get kids excited about what their possible careers could be. And they're exciting to children because they're colorful, they go along with some of the things that they're doing in school, and it allows them to have pride in their community.
The fire truck. That's how the noise it makes. Then it's louder than this. Way yo, police.
Why is the police your favorite truck?
Because it's blue.
This all-hands-on-deck event is focused on education.
Washtenaw Success by 6 is an organization that helps sponsors programs for children under the ages of 6 to ensure that they have all of the basic foundational skills, education, readiness for them to enter kindergarten and elementary and to thrive beyond. Bring your kids to Touch-A-Truck event. It's an annual event, it's free, it's wonderful, it's exciting, and it will help your children become excited and ready for school.
The wheels were churning as one University of Michigan fraternity continued their fight against ALS in honor of their fallen brother, Lou Gehrig.
It was the race heard round Ann Arbor as boxcars barreled downhill towards Trophy Gold.
Boxcar derbies have been running in Ann Arbor since the 1940s. This is a throwback event. We got it going again 9 years ago with a fraternity from University of Michigan. The Phi Delts are here helping us run it. We're raising money for ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, a disease that slowly takes away your ability to be active and mobile.
It's a double elimination bracket style race. We have 3 different brackets. We have younger kids, we have the open, and we have the college kids, and get launched down the ramp, and first one to the finish line wins.
People put their unique spin on these racing machines.
A member of the Ann Arbor Active Against ALS board assembles them. We also have the option to put your own kit together. We also have the option to build your own boxcar from scratch.
My car is green, yellow, and red, and it's supposed to be a traffic light. And we did it at my school. We all painted part of the car, and it was really fun.
We have some amazing new boxcars here this year. One of the kids has actually put in a seat in the front for their stuffed animal, their teddy bear, and each of them have a blanket. We have cars that have headlights. We have cars that have sandbags and weights stuffed into their cars. We got everything you can think of.
Congrats to Kate for the overall championship.
We say we race downhill to raise money for ALS, and ALS is an uphill battle. So we're greasing the wheels for ALS research.
While we're learning more about the University of Michigan, let's head on over to the Diag to check out some campus entertainment.
Music, education, and entrepreneurship took over as crowds gathered during Springfest.
Today we're at Springfest, which is an expo for a lot of the different clubs and organizations at U of M to get a chance to show other students who want to get involved or outside members as well, just to see what's going on campus.
We have a live stage going on with national artists, local indie bands, some student groups as well. We really bring in a lot of entrepreneurial spirit to the campus.
Music Matters is responsible for bringing everyone to the yard, from student groups to startups.
Music is actually an acronym for Michigan undergrads serving in the community.
Woven Wind, which is the one we're on, focused on building wind turbines that are small scale. We've implemented several at local elementary schools in Ann Arbor.
It's just great to see what all the students are doing on campus, and it's really fun on with all the different activities we bring in. We got some pop-up shops from Detroit. We really try to incorporate everyone in the university, and really trying to, our goal in future years is not only to just focus on students, but bringing in the community as well.
Music was echoing from the neutral zone as teens hosted an annual event for the 5th consecutive year, showcasing local and national talents.
It takes an entire school year to prepare, but their hard work and dedication pays off during Live on Washington.
We have 2 stages. We have an acoustic stage, which is singer-songwriter type of stuff, and some poetry, and then the main stage, which is things with live instruments, a bit more than just a guitar. We have all types of music. There's a lot of rock, there's some really cool hip-hop and R&B out of New York and Chicago.
Covering more than just the musical arts, they ask patrons to pick up a paintbrush.
They set up a really huge board, and they're just going to be spray painting on that. And we also have a piano that is a prepared piano, so there's like nails and stuff in there, so it sounds weird when you play it. And people are allowed to paint on it.
To keep Live on Washington thriving, support is a necessity.
We're putting our heart and soul into it, and these donations make our dream happen. If we're going to have a youth-driven music festival and have it be like revolutionary or a really cool thing, it has to be accessible for everybody to come. So we need to keep it free.
The Neutral Zone had a lot to offer this year, including some insider's intel on the music industry from a successful label that started locally and grew internationally.
Ghostly International shared their knowledge with the next generation.
Ghostly International, which is like this really big record label, took a bunch of their artists and brought them to the Neutral Zone so that they could tell us about like music production and like getting your music out there and what goes on in the music industry.
The last 18 years have been building a bigger crew of artists and people and community, trying to help basically find artists new opportunities and exposure.
The Ghostly crew gave a glimpse into all aspects of their label.
Some of our artists are playing in really big shows, so it's Star Child and the New Romantic, who's here today, is playing in Solange's band, so I saw him play at Radio City this week. We have a lot of music in like crazy TV shows and commercials and Adult Swim and all these interesting programming opportunities and films that I never thought we'd be part of.
They taught us like what softwares we could use for beats and stuff, and also they taught us about marketing our music and everything.
It's just trying to connect our artists to fans. So if we find an artist we really love and we think deserves more push, that's kind of our job. And we work as a 10-person team to help instigate and support that growth.
The public housing property formerly known as North Maple Estates reopened their doors in the summer of 2017 after receiving a huge makeover. Take a look.
Now known as West Arbor, 46 families have a new place to call home.
A tenant pays the amount of rent that's based on their income. So all of our tenants pay 30% of their income towards rent and utilities. It can range from $50 to $300 or $400, and then the rest of the rent is paid by HUD.
We lost our home and went into a shelter. And my case manager came to me, told me about this project. They were building up these townhouses and homes, and I was one of the first families selected.
It's an open house, kind of, you know, cutting the ribbon type deal, kind of ceremony, you know, since they're freshly new.
The revamped property is a sight to see.
These buildings were built from the ground up. So everything in them, even the outside, everything is brand new. Stove, refrigerator, just everything, siding, everything.
We had enough money left over that we just recently bought everybody a washer and dryer so they don't have to go to the laundromat. We have the community center, and so we have community events here. We have Peace Neighborhood Center and Avalon Housing provide services for any resident for whatever they need.
The neighborhood provides peace of mind.
I don't have to worry about my daughter, my teenager, riding her bike, and you know things happen everywhere, but it's very safe, and I love it.
I actually like everything, how they do like activities like almost every day. And there's like a park once I got here, so like once I got here I got to go to the park with my baby sister. What I do in the neighborhood, this thing and this go to the park.
When you feel safe where you're living, when you feel safe with your neighbors and your neighbors take care of each other, I think that makes it special.
Goodbye.
Visit a2gov.org/watchctn for more on this and other programs. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.